My story first starts in 1975 when I received an on-the-job injury. And 2 years later, L3, L4, L5, S1, and S2 discs were given. Well, actually, at that time, I had problems in my lumbar, and I had a surgery in Paducah. I had a laminectomy, and 2 years later, I was in Memphis, and Sam Hunter, a world-renowned surgeon, did surgery on me. And 2 years later, I was back in the same shape again, and I didn't do anything until didn't have anything else done until 1995. They were wanting to clip some nerves going down my right leg, and I wouldn't let them do it. So in 1994, I started having a lot of problems, and Dr. William Jennings from over Parsons, Tennessee, recommended Dr. David McCord. Dr. Jennings wanted me to get into if we could get into a university hospital where they did sports injuries, and he couldn't get me in anywhere. So he had heard a lot of good reports about Dr. McCord, so he recommended Dr. McCord. So on January the 2nd of 1995, Dr. McCord did my first surgery. I have degenerative disc disease, and at that time, L3, L4, L5, S1, and S2 had degenerated completely away. And Dr. McCord fixed L3, L4, and L5, S1, and S2 weren't bothering me that much, but the lumbar disc had just turned me into almost an invalid. And in 1996, in April of 96, Dr. McCord did one level in my neck. In 97, I was doing really good, so I started a little business and worked for several years and traveled extensively in my work. My legs gave me a lot of problems whenever when the disc started deteriorating away. By 1977, it wasn't only my back; it was my legs, hips, and legs that hurt so bad. And the first doctor that operated on me wrote me up as a malingural. The second doctor wanted me to see a psychiatrist. and all the time, I really had serious problems where I couldn't stay on my feet. Whenever I finally got to Dr. McCord, Dr. William Jennings, that referred me to Dr. McCord, knew that I wasn't a malingural, and he knew that I had real problems. And whenever I got to Dr. McCord, he knew, and he took the time to find my problems, and which by this time wasn't that hard to find because those discs had deteriorated completely away. In April of this year, Dr. McCord did 3 levels in my neck because of the degenerative disc disease. I'm doing wonderful. I've done wonderful after each one of his surgeries, and I have much to be thankful for. The cages Dr. McCord put in was experimental, and seemed like I had to sign a stack of papers about that thing. And we weren't sure whether the insurance company was going to pay or not. And but I don't know how much money he ever got out of it, but the cages that he installed are still there. They're wonderful. And like I say, that was in in January of 1995 that he installed those. I have told many people, and several people have come to Dr. McCord due to the fact of that he was a pioneer in new techniques and using these cages, which are, I understand, used universally now, but not by all doctors. And I've also told other people about the improvements that have been made, that he has made in the products that he installs. 17 years later, after my first surgery, I'm still up and going. I have a very active life. I travel. I've just recently shut down my little business, and I'll soon be 69 years old. And my life was just restored in '95, and I feel younger today than what I did in 1994, and able to travel, able to visit. I have a very small farm. I've got a couple of tractors and a lawnmower, and I spend a lot of time on my place. Well, Dr. McCord just saved my life 17 years ago. I have no idea where I would be today had it not been for Dr. McCord and the surgeries that he has performed. I enjoy life, and I had lost most of the joy of my family and my life due to back and neck problems.